Hello everyone and welcome to Forza Horizon 3. This is going to be a little bit of a different video because I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about Forza Horizon 4. So of course that game is coming out this year, and of course many people are saying some things that I want to address. One of the main things is why. Like, I don't understand why this became a thing. One of the things is, just because there's a bunch of British cars added into, or people have found in the files, I think it was, on Forza either 7? Was it 7 or... I think it was Forza 7, right? There's a lot of, like, British cars added in. That Forza Horizon 4 may be in the UK? Like, what? Why? Why should that be a thing? I don't understand. Anyway, the UK... first of all, is a terrible place to hold an open world racing game. It's terrible. It's just... Also, I can't drive in this game at all right now. I'm doing a Goliath race just so I can have some sort of a background commentary. I haven't driven this car since I've pretty much built it, which was a long time ago. And I also haven't played this game in a long time either. Since pretty much the last time I've done a top 1000 on this game is when I played it last. And the physics are not the same as Forza Horizon 2, by the way, for people saying that, or thinking that I just played Forza Horizon 2 recently. Why can I not just drive in this? The physics aren't the same. Either way, I'm here to talk about Forza Horizon 4. This is the year of Forza Horizon, so we will be getting a new one, and I want it to be set in Japan, as do a lot of people. It's a very, very, very good idea. I feel like Japan should have been ahead of Australia. First of all, definitely should have been ahead of Australia. Australia's nice, has these nice few roads here, but it's still really okay, let's rewind. It's still really flat, right? There's not a lot of elevation change or anything like that in it, which Japan does. Japan has mountains, they have hills, they have places with like really nice roads, and I feel like the car culture in Japan, of course, is going to be a little bit more towards, you know, street racing instead of like supercars and luxury cars and stuff like that. Even though, of course, there will be luxury cars, there will be supercars and all that sort of stuff you guys will be able to see in the game. Obviously, Forza Horizon is not going to just go into full-on Need for Speed Underground mode and just remove all the supercars in the game and just create a normal, like, street racing game. I don't see that happening whatsoever. But I don't think that... like, I don't think that there's any sort of a reason why the game should be set in the UK. The UK is a terrible place to drive a car. I'm sorry for the people that like want to correct me and say it's not, there's so many good B roads you can drive on. I don't live in the UK. I live in Ireland. The roads in Ireland are pretty much the exact same as in the UK. Ireland is... I'm gonna probably get a lot of flack for this. Ireland is pretty much the same as the UK when it comes, or England I should say, when it comes to its like structures, the roads, everything like that. It's very similar. Granted, the people aren't the same. The people are different. The way they act, the way they do loads of things, they are different, right? But the actual, just the way everything is built, since both of the countries used to be united, technically they're pretty much the same. Technically, they're pretty much the same when it comes to, like I said, just roads and just structural, just I don't know how to say it. Like, the environment and everything is just pretty much the same. So I can compare Ireland to the UK and say that they're very similar. So I've been around Ireland a lot. There's not really a lot of good roads here, and I don't think there's a lot of good roads in the UK. Yes, there are some good roads in the UK. Yes, I know that there are. I know in Scotland there are very good roads. I know that there are good roads, and there probably are here in Ireland as well. But some people were making the whole like argument why it should be in the UK that there's a lot of racetracks in the UK. Like, what does that have to do with anything? This is an open road game. It's an open world, just full on the street racing. Like, it's not, you don't go to tracks. This isn't Forza Motorsport that's coming out. It's Forza Horizon that's coming out. So it's all open world. Would I like it to be that, like, a way that you can access the tracks in the map? Yes, 100%. That, I said this before, and I'll say it again. I really wish it was, I think Test Drive, I don't know if it was the second one or the first one, had I think, a racetrack in it, or maybe multiple ones. I haven't really played the game properly to remember, but I do remember when my friend was playing it that there is at least one racetrack in the game, and you can go on it, right? The whole game is for you to drive open world, but there is a racetrack in it, and if you want to break in it, I think, or break into it, you should be able, you're able to. I feel like that should be a thing in the Forza Horizon games. I really do. I really do wish that should be a thing in the Horizon games, where you're just driving around on the road, perfectly fine. And if you want to drive on a track, just drive to a place where there's a track. You know? Why is that so difficult? They should just do that. I honestly don't know why that's not a thing. Obviously they give us the airstrip every single time, so we have the straight line stuff that we can actually try to do. But like, if we want to tune a car for circuit racing or anything like that, we can't. We can't test it out properly, the way it handles and all that sort of stuff, because there is traffic, there's all sorts of things that just get in the way of you being able to test your car properly. Obviously you can set these kind of races here, like I've done with this one. This is actually Don Juan's Songs event, because I don't have like a one-lap event saved on the Goliath, but with all the blueprint stuff that you can do, it's pretty impressive, and it'd be kind of cool to see if you can get yourself like a nice racetrack in the game and just start tuning your car for a racetrack. I feel like that'd be kind of interesting to have added into Horizon. You know, you have your open world game, and then you have a racetrack you can drive around on, or maybe two. You know, it'll be kind of interesting to do something like that, to build something like that. And I think it should be added into the game, or at least considered to be added into the game. But yeah, I really don't think that it should be added, or it should be in the UK. I really do think Japan is a much better choice, and by the way everything seems to be going, just because everybody keeps saying it, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Japan, but it's not confirmed. Obviously, it's only gonna get confirmed at E3 when they're actually gonna show us footage of the game, or a trailer or a teaser trailer or anything like that. They're gonna show us maybe the location there, and we'll be able to tell what we can expect from the setting of the game. Now, the main thing about Japan though is gonna be, or they have to add loads of different types of customization options to cars. They have to do it. I mean, it's in Japan. They have to add like loads of different types of like, they just have to go to Japan and experience the car culture, and then have as much of that added into the game as possible. As you guys have known, for people that are like car people, obviously on this channel, which is pretty much most of you, I do know for a fact that you guys know what the car culture in Japan is. So having them add all these different types of customization and vehicles in the game is going to be insane. I'm honestly, I'm expected to have something like I don't know, oh my god, I'm expected to have like the sick highways that we have in Gran Turismo, Special Stage Route 7 and 5. What a sick track. Like, could you imagine that? Just having highways as long as that. Was it Special Stage Route 7? I think it was Special Stage Route 7 that they had. And it was pretty much an insanely long highway. And I think it was set in Japan as well. It was just mad to have that added into the game, or something similar to that. That would be sick. We haven't actually had like proper highways or motorways in any of these games. They just haven't been, like, the games aren't, or the maps aren't large enough to have those types of highways or motorways in the game. And it would be absolutely insane to have something like that added in the next Horizon, if it is set in Japan. I mean, even if it's set anywhere else, I just wish we have like some really long highways, like really long highways. I don't want this. Like, this highway is terrible here. Like, what is this? It goes literally from this roundabout all the way to here, and it stops, and that's it. That's your highway then. That's it. Everything else, there's no highway. There's nothing else that you can drive on. There's just this small strip of road here, and you can get this done in like maybe you can definitely go through this in maybe like a minute from one end to another. Whereas I know it's only a track, but whereas in Gran Turismo, where you had the special stage tracks, especially the Route 7, I think is the really long one, that took like ages to do, like a whole lap of the whole thing. Like, it took so long. So I really wish that something like that would be added into the next game. And I really do wish it's in Japan, because I think the car culture in Japan would make this game so cool if they decide to add, like I said, all the customization options for all the different types of cars and builds that people do in Japan. It'd be sick to see it added into the game. But yeah, that is my input on what I expect to see in like setting wise in the next Forza Horizon game. Now, what you guys can expect to see from me is definitely the return of Top 1000, definitely the return of the Let's Play, and I don't know, I'll probably figure out some other series that I can add onto the channel. I'll probably start doing some builds as well. I used to do builds back on Forza Horizon 2 as well. That was kind of fun. I'm probably going to return with a couple of builds, try to see what that's going to be like. Maybe some interesting builds or unusual drift builds, which is what I call them. I feel like that will be kind of cool to do on the game. We'll have a look and see if there's any specific cars that I can like take a look at and build. But again, of course, the game isn't out just yet. Goodbye. Is that, I don't know if I was a shouted area or, yeah, either way, whatever. Goodbye. Have fun in the rocks. But yeah, I can't wait to play the game. I really can't. The Forza Horizon games were one of my favorite series of games ever to come out. So I absolutely love just any sort of open world racing game. And I really want this one to be a big success because I absolutely love this game. Forza Horizon 3, that is. And I absolutely loved Forza Horizon 2. That was really fun to play the entire way through. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys have anything to converse with me about this game, or not this game, the Forza Horizon 4 that's coming out, let me know down in the comments. Where do you guys want to see it being set? Would you be down to have maybe I don't know, a larger map, maybe something like that, or have the for example, like if it's set in Japan, have all the different car cultures being like from Japan being actually used up and shown in the game. How cool would that be? Seeing like Bosozoku cars, or I think they're Bozo cars. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but seeing those type of cars, they're not like specifically fast or anything, but like you see like those type of crazy insane modifications having being added to some of the cars in the game. Like how cool would that be if it's set in Japan? Obviously RWBs should be in the game because of that as well. I don't know, I can't really think of it like from now, but obviously as well, mountains and mountain ranges with crazy like mountain roads. Oh, just how cool would that be if it's set in Japan? Like what a sick country for them to be able to set it in. I really don't want it to be UK. I really don't, just because I don't think it'll be fun enough to play on if it's set in the UK. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.